Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, Barnes & Noble is doing their 50% off Criterion sale, and my wife and I decided to take a quick trip there to see what the stocking levels look like, to see what the Barnes & Noble looks like. We haven't been there in quite some time. The Barnes & Noble nearest me is about 40 minutes away, and so we took a trip there to see how it looked, how many Criterions there were, and I did a video, I think the last time I went there, the stock was pretty low. There wasn't really a lot there, and I found that to be the case this time around too. Not as many releases as I would expect. I didn't see as many new releases, as many of the box sets as I would have expected to see, but I did pick up a few things. Also, I did not have my wish list. I usually have a wish list for these sales, and I didn't have my wish list with me. It was a bit of a spontaneous trip. And but I knew some things that I was looking for. I was also looking to see if they had maybe one final copy of a film that I haven't seen anywhere else. And so I was able to pick up a few of those, and I'm going to share those with you today. So the first thing I picked up is this. I was really excited about it. I think when they did the announcement, I did a video to talk about it a little bit, and I was looking forward to this release, directed by Orson Welles, The Trial. I really love this, based on the Kafka novel. And there's the back of that one with extra features there. This is spine number 1191. It is a movie from 1962 in black and white, and I'm just going to read a little bit of the back here too. A feverishly inspired take on Franz Kafka's novel Orson Welles' The Trial cast Anthony Perkins as the bewildered office drone Joseph K., whose arrest for an unspecified crime plunges him into a menacing bureaucratic labyrinth of guilt, corruption, and paranoia. And again, I remember reading the book, many, many years ago, and I think I even referred to the play. They made a play also about this, and it was one of the novels that I was most fascinated with when I was younger. So I'm happy to watch this one. I haven't seen this one yet. This one's got new audio commentary. There's also Filming the Trial, in 1981 documentary about the film's production, which sounds pretty cool. Archival interviews with Orson Welles. I love listening to Orson Welles talk. Actor John Moreau and director of photography Edmund Richard, and I'll just show the inside of this too. Really, again, well done, really beautifully done from the Criterion collection, and that's The Trial. And again, I didn't have my wish list with me, but I knew obviously I didn't have that one. Also, if you've been watching the live streams, I'm doing a weekly live stream with my good friend Stephanie over at Movie Chatter. And if you've been following those live streams, you know how much I talk about Peter Falk, and I didn't have this movie. I've been interested in Peter. Well, of course, I love Peter Falk, but I don't have all the movies. And this is a movie written and directed by John Cassavetes, Husbands, which I didn't have. Love the front cover of that too, but Ben Gazzara, Peter Falk, and John Cassavetes. There's the back of that one. I love these releases too. So much extra information about John Cassavetes and about the filmmaking process. This movie is spine number 1029 from the Criterion collection, and it is a movie from 1970. So again, I love movies from the 70s too. So I was all in on this one. This one has audio commentary from 2009 featuring critic Marshall Fine, new interviews with producer Al Ruban and actor Jenny Runacre, new video essay featuring audio recordings of actor-director John Cassavetes, who is another director and person that I love listening to talk about the filmmaking process and the acting process too. John Cassavetes talks about his approach to working with actors, which is going to be great. The Story of Husbands, a tribute to John Cassavetes. Again, I have the John Cassavetes box set, which is great if you're new to the Criterion collection. Highly recommend that. But this one has a half-hour program featuring Ruben, actor Ben Gazzara, and cinematographer Victor J. Kemper. Also, an episode of The Dick Cavett Show, which always is exciting to see, from 1970, featuring Cassavetes, Ben Gazzara, and actor Peter Falk. So, Husbands. This has been on my list for a while, and I'm so happy that I picked it up. Next up, I knew that I was watching the documentary on the Criterion channel called Lynch Oz, which makes a connection between David Lynch and The Wizard of Oz, which is very interesting if you have a chance to see that. I know it has been released on physical media, but you can see that on the Criterion channel if you have it. And John Waters was mentioned in that movie, and I thought, I don't have a lot of John Waters in my collection. I've seen a few of these films before, but I don't have a lot of the movies, and so I thought I would pick up a couple of those. And I think for one of these, I found the last copy of it at my Barnes & Noble. So one of them is Pink Flamingos. I love the theming on this release too, with this little sticker, this little address sticker here, and it looks like a paper bag. There's the back of that one, and you can see how many extra features. I love listening to John Waters talk. Again, the movies are sort of an acquired taste, and I haven't seen these in many years, but I was really excited to get this because I wanted to see some of the documentary features on this. This has a feature-length documentary by Steve Yeager about Waters and the making of Pink Flamingos, featuring many interviews. It has 2 audio commentaries, which is great. There's a new conversation between Waters and filmmaker Jim Jarmusch, which I'm looking forward to watching. Deleted scenes, so many extra things in this one. This one again has a slipcover, very uniquely designed from the Criterion Collection, and this one is spy number 1131. It is a movie from 1972. As well as Pink Flamingos, they had, I think there was only one copy of this one as well. Again, if I saw one copy of a film, I definitely picked it up, again, to support the sale and to support the Barnes & Noble. This one is Polyester. I love the cover of this, love all the artwork on these releases. There's the back of that one with a lot of extra features too about the film. I haven't seen this film in many, many years, but I'm looking forward to watching it again. This one's spy number 995. And it is a movie from 1981, 86 minutes. This one also has the audio commentary featuring Waters from the 1993 Criterion Laserdisc. So they took the audio commentary from the Laserdisc release and put it on this, which is great. New conversation between Waters and critic Michael Musto. New program featuring interviews with Waters collaborators Tab Hunter, Dennis Dermody, Pat Moran, Vincent Peranio, Mink Stoll, so many others. Interviews with 1993 with crew members, archival interviews with Waters. So I'm really looking forward to listening to, again, John Waters. Love to listen to John Waters talk about film and talk about his history and things like that. So amazing personality there. And finally, and again, this is probably my first trip. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to take another trip to the actual Barnes & Noble, but I may be placing a few more orders this month. The sale's going on from November the 6th, which was Monday this week, to December the 4th. So plenty of time to make some selections, and certainly let me know in the comments below what you're planning to get. If you've already gone to Barnes & Noble, if you're just going to order online, let me know what the situation is there too. I haven't placed an online order yet, but I probably will over the course of the month. In this final one, I thought this would be great to watch over the winter, and it is spy number 983. It is War and Peace, which I didn't have. There's the back of that one too. Lots of extra features. I really don't know too much about this film, but I watch all of the Criterion, the interviews and the selections from the Criterion Closet, and this was recommended. So really excited to see this one. This is, again, spy number 983. It is a movie from 1966 to 67. Very long, of course. It's in Russian with English subtitles and lots of extra features on it, a couple of documentaries as well. So I'm looking forward to this. Again, usually when wintertime comes around here, it gets very cold, and I thought this would be something I could really get into over the wintertime. So that is my first trip to Barnes & Noble this month during the Criterion 50% off sale, going from November the 6th to December the 4th. Again, let me know in the comments what you plan to pick up if you're going to participate in the sale. I'm sure there'll be much more to come, but I thought I would, I was feeling a little bit, again, this was a spontaneous trip, and I wanted to make sure I didn't pick up a double or anything like that, but I knew some of the films that I didn't have, like the John Waters films, for example. So I was, again, so happy to go. They had there seemed to be a lot of focus on books there. Of course, it's a Barnes & Noble, but I saw a lot of books there, puzzles and things like that. But the actual physical media section with movies and things like that seemed a little bit light, and you'll see that. I'm sure you've already seen that in the video already. Thanks so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for anyone that subscribes to this channel and leaves a comment, asks a question. I so appreciate it. If you're new to this channel and this is your first video, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. I sincerely hope that everyone is safe and well, and I'll talk to you soon.